Ever wonder why a movie actor or actress didn't really appear in your favorite film? Well, they may have been a little bit nervous or had second thoughts about accepting that role. Today we go over those roles. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is JT here. Make sure before the video loads up to pause it, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. When you do these three things, you actually may be shouted out in a future video. So good luck to you guys. But these famous movie roles actors didn't take were very, very surprising. In fact, they turned out a lot of money, sometimes even millions. So let's get into the video. Michelle Pfeiffer was thinking about doing Silence of the Lambs. She isn't really afraid to admit she was too afraid to take on a subject matter of Silence of the Lambs. In fact, as Empire revealed in its look at the making of the movie, she was turned off by overwhelming darkness and violence in the script. A letdown for director Jonathan Demme, who had worked with her previously and made Pfeiffer his first choice for the role of Clarice Starling. He went through a number of other actresses before hiring Jodie Foster. Honestly, we wouldn't want to be face to face with Hannibal Lecter even if we were just on the movie set. So it's pretty easy to sympathize with Pfeiffer, and Foster's Starling is spot on. We couldn't imagine anyone else in this role besides Jodie Foster. But imagine if Michelle Pfeiffer didn't let her fear of just the overwhelming silence and darkness in the film get in the way of her actually starring in the film. Well, that would have been great. But again, Jodie Foster really did make a living out of a lot of the movies she's in, and Silence of the Lambs isn't just shy of one of her best, it actually may be her best. Even though she's been in a lot of premiere films and been the lead actress in it, it still would have made more sense to have her over Pfeiffer. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I wouldn't want to be in a film like this where you have to kind of act like a hostess, a damsel in distress. You have to be turned off or even turned on by darkness and scariness. Also, the violence that takes part in the script is really, really scary. Still though, she definitely passed up on a huge opportunity because Silence of the Lambs did huge numbers in the box office and could have made her a multi-million-dollar actress at the time, but still, I'm sure her other star lead roles she's fine with. Here we have another person from Silence of the Lambs, and this is Jeremy Irons. Dr. Hannibal Lecter may be one of the creepiest characters in cinematic history, which is why I'm not faulting Jeremy Irons for turning down the role out due to the dark plot and violence in the film. Not to mention a fear of typecasting. Irons has since held his ground on his decision, telling the Daily Telegraph he was happy he turned it down after Hopkins won an Oscar for the role. Okay, fine, but Irons still went on to take on some villainous roles he's infamously known for, like Scar in The Lion King, Humbert, the original Creeper in a 1997 adaptation of Lolita. Wow, I can't believe Jeremy Irons turned down that role. What's even more shocking is, after Hopkins did win the Oscar out of it, it looked like the media was kind of portraying Jeremy Irons in a bad light. Still though, his acting would have been great in this role. He did play Scar in The Lion King and Humbert, but still, he definitely turned down a lot of money. Like I said in the previous example with Michelle Pfeiffer, Silence of the Lambs is one of the highest grossing films of all time, and it ended up really making careers for a lot of these people. So who knows, if Pfeiffer and Irons both were in the film, it could have tremendously taken off, and definitely cemented their status in the film greats of all time. It would have been cool to see. I would have loved to actually see them both in it, but again, if it goes against personal beliefs or what you don't want to do, then you kind of have to turn it down, right? Josh Hartnett was actually turning down Superman in Superman Returns. The former heartthrob was afraid of being pigeonholed. At the ripe age of 22, he was asked to don the red cape in the 2006 film Superman Returns, but declined it for fear of being labeled the Man of Steel for the rest of his career. Also, in Hartnett's thanks but no thanks pile, opportunities to play Batman and Spider-Man definitely passed him by. I've definitely said to no some of the wrong people, also no to a lot of the wrong people, he says. I said no because I was tired and wanted to spend more time with my friends and family. That's frowned upon in this industry. People don't like being told no, he says, back in an interview back in 2007. He is completely right though. I mean, they are people just like us. Although they do have some extraordinary, extravagant careers, they still are regular people. They want to spend time with their friends and family. They don't always want to constantly be working, and they don't want to be labeled, the superhero or supervillain they were portrayed in the movie for the rest of their career. So I completely sympathize with Hartnett on this role right here. Still though, it would have been cool to see him in the movie. I think it would have been awesome for him. A great opportunity again. He is a wonderful actor, but still, he's passing up on millions of dollars to spend more time with his family, which I can completely respect. Lastly, we have Bette Midler, Dolores Van Cartier / Sister Mary Clarence in Sister Act. She passed up that role, and she was actually supposed to play Dolores in Sister Act, the role made famous by none other than the Whoopi Goldberg. As she told the Metro in an interview, she turned down the opportunity because she was afraid to show her fans and how her fans would react to her portrayal of a nun. "My fans don't want to see me as a wimpy person," she shrugged. Who wants to break the news to the Midler that character wasn't actually a nun? It's completely funny, and I'm going to be honest, that character didn't actually turn out to be a nun. If you guys haven't seen Sister Mary Clarence and Sister Act, it's definitely a good watch. I definitely recommend it. Still, another reason why she turned down the role, and she was actually afraid to go ahead and take it, is because the money apparently wasn't good enough for her. She said they were trying to only offer her less than $50,000 to play the role, which back in that time was still not that much money for playing a big role that would do millions in box office. I don't blame her for not accepting it, but also, again, it is free money for acting. You might as well at least take the month or 2 months to do the movie. Pretty good amount, decent amount of money, I would say, and then move on with your acting career. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. These actresses / actors didn't want to take these roles because they were afraid of certain circumstances, like the Silence of the Lamb. They were afraid of going insane or being in those conditions, or the pay wasn't good enough. Nonetheless, you still have to be willing to take roles to enhance your career, even though it's at a really big, broad point. Guys, I'm signing off. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, see y'all later.